So today is 9/29/2021. The market is selling off again. So there was a pop pre-market, but unless and until, let's see this in this manner. This is a better place to see this. Okay. So the Nasdaq, we were gapping up, okay, pre-market. Even when it opened, we tried to take this 61.8 retracement of yesterday's move, couldn't, and we have been falling ever since. That's the Nasdaq. Okay, I am definitely thinking it has come so close to testing this 30-day low yesterday, today, that it takes it out. That's what I'm thinking, at least in the Nasdaq. Okay, so I am looking for lower prices in the Nasdaq, definitely. So I have some puts. Okay, I have not gotten rid of my SE puts. I haven't even, I have added puts, which I'll talk about. So let's look at this. Okay, the S&P again, same thing, right? From yesterday's range, it tried to get to the 61.8 retracement, and then it popped, but it couldn't get through. This is the Fed day low. Okay, it's not able to clear the Fed day low. Forget about the Fed day high. This is bearish. So this is more about what, yeah, the debt ceiling and everything you're talking about in terms of shutdown. The market falls for a day or two and then recovers whenever those things happen. But this move, because it is unable to take back and it is below the Fed day range, okay, when the Fed was talking. So I'm thinking this is more related to the Fed, and because the fact that even though they are not going to, it's the speed at which they will finish the tapering, which makes the market feel that they would start interest rates earlier than before. Okay, even though they've not said anything, that is what they're implying, and that is the reason this is what is happening. But let's see. Okay, so this is about the general market. Then I am looking at Roku with the upgrade, right? It tried to, I tried to go long. It didn't work that day. I tried to go long today because it gapped up. I got stopped out here at 310. Then it became negative. Then I did not chase it short, but right now I am chasing it short again. But since morning, the two trades that I have taken mainly are Moderna puts, because it is, yesterday it gapped below the 50-day, kept going down. Today it tried to test that and kept going down. So I am short Moderna, I am short Roku, I am long Boeing because of the fact that it got upgraded and it tried to, today in the morning it felt as it can easily take out 230. So if the market stabilizes after a day or two, I think Boeing can go higher. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at Boeing higher. So I have calls for Boeing. I have puts for Roku. I have puts for Moderna. I have puts for SE. Okay. It is the 50 EMA. This is the 50 EMA, just trying to, right? One touch, second touch. It's an inside day. Tomorrow it can easily gap down. So that's what I'm looking at SE. Then I have been looking at Asana to try and get, again, Asana is doing the same thing at 21 EMA. So I don't want to add too many puts that are in this, inside day kind of scenario. So I'm looking at it right now. Moderna definitely has a look that was bearish, so I took it. I'm looking at this, if it can close below 104, I will definitely take it even before today ends. So this is the thing that I'm looking at. Boeing, I'm definitely looking at higher. I have taken more of a leap kind of a thing with XOP. Oil, it went above 75, close to 76. then had a sell-off yesterday, came back to 74, now it's back above 75. So I am still long energy names because I think we take out oil to more than 76. What I think we go above 80 easily, and we are definitely going to surprise people with $100 oil. That has been my thing. I wrote even a blog article a couple of months ago that nobody thinks that we can challenge the 140 oil highs of 2008 with all the EV and everything, but nobody thought oil is going to go zero or below zero. So I'm like, okay, everybody is, when this inflation thing keeps higher and with all the supply chain issues and everything, yeah, I mean, why not, right? If it can do the unthinkable in one direction, why not the unthinkable in the other direction? And I definitely think we are going above 100 next. Definitely 100 to 120 is definitely in the cards, and then we see what's happening. But in the meantime, LCID said that it is looking to deliveries and everything, so it was higher in the morning, but this is too much supply over here. Okay, this entire supply zone, it has to chew up all this, so it's going to take time. According to me, it will take time. So we, unless and until, yeah, I mean, the number of people caught here are so many that it will take time for it to show up. Plus, the market is not in that mode as now. Then there is one that I am looking at is IBM. IBM on a daily, it is hitting this 50-day. On the weekly, also, it is trying to break out. Let's see what happens. So I'm looking at IBM as a long. I am looking at Roku as a short. I am looking at Moderna as a short. Moderna. Then, yeah, my Boeing long may not work with the market the way it is. Let's see. Also, another reason for thinking, Moderna goes down. So we are doing end of quarter. Month ends tomorrow. So, right, if you look at the monthly chart on Moderna, everybody now rebalancing and everything, delta is not as much there anymore. So we are looking at if they want to reduce their exposure here and probably increase in Boeing. That can be a reason why. So that's what I'm trying to position myself to. Now, if you look at the monthly, right, it was a dragonfly doji kind of a thing. No, gravestone doji last month, this month again. So you're looking at definitely, 300 can get tested in coming time. So that's what I'm looking at. It can easily, till 1028, get to this 300, 280 to 300 level. And then, for earnings, it can go higher if the market is still holding on. So I am definitely looking for low prices, at least till 300 for Moderna. Another thing, the biggest thing that I can tell you is Dollar Tree. Yesterday I sold puts. The reason why I had sold puts, I sold puts at $2.55. I sold actually $85 puts. It was at 86 yesterday. Now the reason being, and today it gapped up. Okay, not my intention. I didn't know anything, but this was the gap, right, which has been there, and it has been this is just a chop, just going nowhere all this time. This gap, which is 61.8 retracement, I told you about that. So I felt, okay, I don't mind getting long here, and so I sold puts. I sold actually November puts for $2.55. And today in the morning, first thing, because there was a news that they're going to increase their prices and they're going to do share buyback, I think. Whatever the news, I don't care. It gapped up. In the morning when it was at 92, 93, I was able to sell it for 80 cents. Buy it back for 80 cents. I sold it for $2.55, made a nice chunk, and I could have made even more, but that's it. In one day I got more than 60% profit on naked puts. I'll take it any day. I'll take it. So these are some things that I'm looking at and some things that I'm doing. Even, we are talking about IWM is weak because the banks are weak today. JPM is down, Goldman Sachs is down, but KRE is not as much down. So regional banks are still higher. So I'm looking at, other regional banks. There's one called Key. I'm looking at, so I'm looking at those kind of things to have some positions. Let's see, but just waiting for the day's close, because even if we are looking at KRE holding up, if the market starts pulling back even further than what we are right now, even those can start selling off. So I don't want to have many longs right now. So that's what I'm doing. We'll see how it closes. So the way I am looking at it is we definitely test this 4300. If we cannot close above this 4370, 4380 area in the ES, I am looking for lower prices. I am looking for the first test at this 4300, and then actually if things keep going worse, I am looking for lower prices to close to 4250 definitely. Okay, so let's see what we are looking at here. This is the daily. So even if you do this intraday, yesterday's range, if you project it with the fib, it comes to 4240. Okay, so that's one if it has to really collapse. But I don't think we get there in tomorrow, kind of, Yeah, I have a lot of support zone here first, and then if I look at the daily, if I look at the daily, this seems to be a really good support, 4240. But I think, if you look at it, it would be the reason why I think that does not hold, because by then we would have broken the head and shoulders pattern, right? Not the inverse, the regular head and shoulder pattern we would have broken. And then if you talk about the expected move, right? So the easiest way to think about the expected move is to draw a small rectangle where you think that, this is where it gets rid of and then duplicate that expected move. To below the breakout, right? So we are coming here, it comes to 4135 over here, which is the 50% of this longer time frame. Okay, which is the 50% of this longer time frame from March lows. Okay, if we take from March lows till the highs, it would be 50% of that. It would be right in between the 50% and the 61.8, which is at around 4037. Okay, so this is where I am definitely, if we are having any kind of yes, I'm going to mark this, because this is where I definitely think is our buy. This is where I am buying, and I'm waiting for it. So if we break this, I don't think we stop at 4240, even though it looks like. But if we are having a bigger sell-off because of the shutdown and any of those things, I am looking at this 4030 to 4050 area. This anywhere between 4130 to 4030. These 100 points is where I would be comfortable selling puts, because for a counter rally. After that, let's see what happens. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, see you then.